know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Wait,
sir. I hear you.
who is this?
This is Malathion, time guy. The guy's calls time and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I mean,
now, first of all, before we get into anything, I want to just say appreciate you taking the time. You know what I'm saying, to come on here. I think this is the first time I had you on the platform, man. So I definitely appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, coming through.
yeah, yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I just glad I found a spot to be able to, I mean, I wasn't really trying to talk about it, but I heard a lot of what was going on through your channel, through Piper Boy, Diz and Math, and through a bunch of various places. So I'm glad I'm able to kind of, the listeners can kind of follow the story and kind of, take choose what they want to believe. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah, you just let me know when you want to start, and I'll just hop right into it.
Oh yeah, man. So with like the recent narratives, with the battle rap boxing, and I see Lush One had a pretty extensive live, kind of breaking it down. I know 6500's been out there, kind of putting some stuff out there. For you, what happened with the battle rap boxing to where it got to where it is right now?
Well, I saw 65 in a post something about the event, and I forgot what it was he was asking. I think he was asking for an. Can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Someone texted me. I don't know if that messed it up. I saw 65 make a post. I ended up hitting him up, being like, "Yo, I like you can't just rely on the door. You can't just rely on all that, certain shit, because I've done events where it's fallen. It's a great event, and it fell right on its face, and there was a lot of things that I wished I knew then what I know now. So I was like trying to tell him. So he was like, yeah, let's chop it up. So we ended up chopping it up. He was telling me that he was looking for a sponsor, but he started saying the numbers, and I was like, oh shit, like it seemed like you need an investor, like a sponsor, like that's gonna like it's hard for sponsor because you're sponsoring an event. So if there's no event that's going down with the bread, if there's no bread that's put out. He told me there was bread put out, but I was just kind of thinking like, damn, like, all right, well, there's people already putting money into this, and then you know what I'm saying, like there just was a lot of money for it to just be put in and it not be the full amount. And how are you going to get the full amount, because you can't even get this part of the amount? So that's why I was like, okay, I thought that's what the whole card took. I thought everybody on the card, I thought was with plane tickets, hotels. I thought he had gone through that whole thing already. So I was like, oh, 60K, that's it. Like, damn, like just for him and Holland, like what the fuck? So I was like, all right, cool. Hit up my guy. He was like, oh shit. He was like, the one thing that scares me is the fact that there's already ticket sales, and that there's there's money already. Who's putting money into this shit? Like, what's going on? So then that's when I went back and hit up 60. Was like, yo, so what's going on here? Like, so what are the sponsors? Who's put bread in? Who's been paid? Like what are the exact payments of these people? Like, I need to know. So then that's when he was kind of like jumping around with it, and I was like, all right, well. And then he sent me some paperwork that didn't have no numbers, like they were all blocked out and shit. So I was like, what are the numbers of these battlers? Like, this is the meat. This is everything here. These people are not taken care of. Nothing else exists. But there was prices of like avocado. There was prices of security, the venue, and all types of shit. But I was like, all right, So I went back. I took it to my guy, and he was like, what the fuck is this? Like, he's like, I did my research, and I'm gonna have to fall back. You feel me? Like, I'm not really feeling it. This seems like it's just too much weirdness going on. So I went back to 60, and I was like, hey, he's not feeling this shit, because you have a lot of stuff that's going on, and it seems like there's no stable ground here. So no one's gonna put their money into something that's not already moving, because then now you need an investor. So he did. So pretty much when I went back, I ended up getting Lush on the phone, because I know Lush has been in business calls like this, and I didn't want to tell my guy too much, because I didn't want to scare him away. So I was like, fuck, I need somebody who knows what they're doing. So I hit a Lush, and I was like, hop on the phone with me with 60, and like help me get to the bottom of this shit. Like, you know what to do. So when we got on the phone, I started finding out that it was like more than 60K, but I had already got the okay for the 60K. So he pretty much, I talked my guy back into it. When I was on that phone conversation with my guy, I don't mean to jump around, but he was like, I'm not doing it. I was like, you have to. Like, this is dope shit. Like, I don't like, this is gonna be dope. We can fix it. We can renegotiate. He didn't have a bag. Now that we have a bag and we can renegotiate, I'm sure he didn't get no money paid out. I'm sure he's just telling me just that to for us to go in. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm gonna get all the truth, and then I'm gonna come back to you. And at that point, I was like, I'm about to lose this bag. He was like, fuck. He was like, all right, man. Like, fucking talk to him. But, you know, like, I'm not really feeling this shit. And I was like, bro, please take my word on this. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go holler at these fools. So then I get Lush on the line. So I didn't want to scare the homie and him to hear a price and hang the phone up. I didn't want to stress him out. He shouldn't have to. This is something that, you know, I should be taking care of. So I brought Lush on the line. And then that's when we started finding out, okay, so this is around December. So this is around kind of Christmas time. You know, the plane tickets are going to be pretty crazy. You know, a lot of shit's going to be crazy. Like, and you got, you know, hotels, and then who knows if they're even going to, like, if people are going to pay for this, because then you got people buying, like, there's just a lot of things that I don't think he thought about. And then I was like, well, what about licensing? Like, do you have when you have it, the whole thing sanctioned by the state? So just in case, you know, the commission has to look, because you're selling a fight here, and that's when you go super professional. But that's how you get big bags, because no one wants to put their money into something that isn't professional, because then if it gets shut down, then there's money. You know, like the Cassidy and Disaster battle is the perfect example. There's so much shit put into there, but elements that we didn't foresee is what made it to where fools are battling in a bottom of a garage and shit. Yeah. So I was telling them, like, look, this money, we can't lose this money. So they were talking about the venue and the boxing, and we got to get a ring. And I was like, fuck, you know, like, this is a lot of shit, dude. Like, this is going to be more than 100K. Like, that's just for the battlers. He's like, that's all I need. That's all I need. I was like, that isn't all you need, because if this doesn't go down, then what happens to their money? Like, there's more to it than that, dude. And I think you need to, like, really pay attention and let's make this happen. So I went back to, so he was like, all right, we got into a little argument. We got off the phone. I told my guy what happened, and he was like, fuck, dude. He's like, I did my own research. He's like, I can't fuck with it. I was like, why not? He said, because I went to the website. They're already selling pre-sales. They're already bringing in money. So, like, it's too much for me. Like, I don't even want to. He's not even into that. He's into sports and, you know, like, for children and shit. And that's why I was in Bakersfield, because they have a facility, and then they have, you know, they could put a bunch of shit. They could put a whole ring. Like, there's a lot of shit they can do that I'm not sure that building that he had, would they be able to do that? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was telling him, like, bro, you're gonna end up bouncing around to another venue. Just take this venue, because that's what he pretty much told me everything that he would ask for. Pretty much saying, I'm gonna want a part of the like, before he was down to take a part of his company, but when he found out that the company wasn't anything, the homie was like, what the fuck? Like, so I'm gonna go pretty much pay for his company to be on, and then what happens to me? Like, it was just a weird deal. So then I said, what makes you feel comfortable? And that's when he told me what he wanted, my business guy. And then I went back to 60. I was like, look, that venue you guys got, that shit it's not gonna work. Like this place I have there's no one's gonna shut it down. Everything's gonna be taken care of, because it's at their venue. They're able to promote it. It's gonna be in Bakersfield, but this is disaster versus math. Like, fools are boxing. You feel me? Like, fools are gonna pull up. You know, people drove to Atlanta to fucking go watch you. Like, come on, dude. People are gonna pull up. You feel me? And if not, we got pay-per-view sales. We got all that. Because he was trying to say something that we were gonna do it like no people coming in, and there's gonna be a bunch of events going on at the same time. Like, all that shit was not the case. So it was like, that's why I was like, man, he's saying too much weird shit. Like, I gotta come out here and say it. So so then we end up, you know, I end up coming to 65 and being like, look, we're gonna have to do it like this. We're gonna do it like this. And then he was like, well, I don't want to do that, because what happens to my company? I was like, well, you don't really have a company. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have, like, if you had a company, you should have been able to go get that bag. And if a company did come with that bag, they should have been able to look and you should have been able to work it out. But they're looking at what you got, and it's nothing. So instead of them walking away, they're being like, well, fuck it. We'll use our company, and we'll bring homies in on the back end, give them a percentage of this shit. because they're not putting up no bag, and they're not coming in with no money. Even in business deals, you got to come in with something. So it's like, fuck it, like we're gonna hook him up. And then he was like, so well, it's not 100, that's not 100 of everything. And I was like, dude, there's 100 of nothing right now. Like no one's been paid out. Like I've been hearing. You I think you need to take this bag, bro. Like this is the red button. You got to push this emergency button right here, bro. Like I don't know what else to tell you unless you can get all that money and get everyone paid out and get licensing for that venue wherever it is within that amount of time, because he was already saying he was getting bags. So he was talking to people already. So I was like, fuck it. I told him, bring those people in as sponsors and I'll get you the whole bag. So that's where the whole bag conversation came in. And I found someone to do it. Because I went to him with 60,000 and that wasn't it. So I got pissed because now I got to go back and tell him, oh, he don't know his math. Now it's this, and this, and it's extra. And then the homie's going to be like, the fuck? What are you bringing me into? You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that is where it got crazy. So
was there ever any communication between 65, yourself, the investors? Was there ever any conversation about like the event that you guys were thinking about, like throwing it in Bakersfield, where it was like taking what he had already like put together, I guess, whether it was like creating the thought process, creating the team or whatever? Was there ever any communication about, well, we just gonna do this on our own and leave you out, or was it something where you were trying to make sure that he was still included within the whole entire process?
That last part you kind of broke out. What was that?
No, I was saying, can you hear me, cool?
Yeah, I can hear you better now.
I was saying, was there ever any communication about having him a part of the event still when it was moving to Bakersfield and you guys doing it there, or was it something where you guys were like, look, we're gonna do this and we're gonna like basically like you're not gonna be a part of this? Was like the communication to make sure that he was still a part of the battle rap boxing event?
Of course, like that was something that I was fighting for. And not that I had to, but it was more just like when we were moving it, I was bringing him on until the very end, until the day that they hopped on that phone. And when he hopped on Lush's live, like we were all in agreement until then. Because there was a time where 65 had gotten, he had gotten into some legal shit. He wasn't around. And it was the day before we were supposed to get a 60,000, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to throw those numbers out, but we were supposed to be talking about a bag. And that's when I still thought it was 60. So I was bringing him on the phone. And that's when his girl had messaged me in the inbox through his account saying like, oh, this fool is, something might happen, whatever. He ain't going to be there. So can we do this call another day? And I was like, the fuck, another day? Like what if he gets locked up for 5 months? What do you mean? So that just made me feel weird. So I was like, fuck it. And I remember him telling me about Griffin. So I was like, oh yeah, there's someone else that's a part of this shit. I'm going to go talk to him. He seems like I can get better information out of him. So I went and hit up Griffin and I was like, hey, bro, what's up with this for 60? Like, is he locked up? My bad, I shouldn't have said that. But okay, is something going on? Fool said, I don't know. I think he is. Come to find out, they said he was. That's what I found out. So I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, I need you to talk on the phone with this investor because I can't go tell him that something like this is happening. So I'm going to say that the business guy's coming in on the line, and then you're going to chop it up, and then you're going to get the offer, and you're going to either say, today is the day where you either say yes or no. So at that point, when it was going to Bakersfield, they had already known. So they went on the phone knowing they were going to Bakersfield and they were still a part of it. So when he had said like, yo, we're getting most of the percentage because we're bringing in all the money, but this is going to go on platforms that are going to generate money, not just from one time. It could generate, and you're going to be getting cut out of that shit. So you fools are going to make some bread, So they felt like they were going to get all this put into Battle Rap LLC or whatever. But once it was not an established brand, then that's when they said, okay, well, we're going to do it with our company. And then I told him like, look, we can still put Battle Rap LLC or whatever. We can still put that shit on the flyer, but it's not going to be that. You're not going to get all the glory like that. It's going to come out like this, but you guys are still going to be a part of it. You're still going to get bread out of it. And you're not going to look crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because when you get money at this magnitude, it has to make sense to both people. And they weren't trying to change anything. The fact that made it crazy was the agreements that he had with the battlers, with the fighters, and it was so untangible. It was like so crazy, like what he was doing, but it's because he didn't have money up front. If he had money up front, all those prices, he could have said, "Yo, bro, I'm about to hit like, yo, I want 10. I'm about to hit like, bro, I'm gonna hit your account right now with 7K right now, bro, and then I'll give you another whatever." Fools would have said, "Fuck it, hit that shit, boom, beep, there you go, fools locked." But when you don't do it like that, then it gets to where you're starting something before it's like, what I'm saying, like you don't have no ingredients for a cake, but then you're in there throwing the grease in and shit. It's like, bro, you don't have no batter, you don't have nothing, dude. Like, how are you over here putting oil in here? You don't got shit yet. You feel me? Like, what are you gonna cook? Nothing. So that's where that whole thing came to, and I was trying to make him see that, and he was taking it like I was disrespecting him. I was like, I'm not disrespecting you. Time's ticking, dude. You need this shit now. Like you either got to, like, no one's cutting you out, no one's doing nothing. The only thing's gonna change is we're moving locations, and they're figuring out how they're gonna stream it, because that's what's gonna get them their bread, and there's ways to do it, because that's what these fools do. They're all about technology and shit. So it made sense, and I was like, so he was like, well, can we put Jack Rabbit on that shit? And I'm like, no, like, we could, but don't make it an issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do whatever you guys want, but let's talk to them, let's work with them. Like, they're taking a chance on this. They came in and they saw what a shit show it was, and they were willing to fix it. So with them knowing that, like, we have to be kind of really sensitive with this shit. It's like walking with an egg on a spoon. Like, that shit could fall and break. Like, you gotta be careful, because these fools need to get paid out. You feel me? And like, we can renegotiate, because now you have money that you can just send to them, to where you're not gonna have to. Disaster's number was insanely crazy. I was like, whoa. I was like, how are you gonna pay that dude? Like, that don't make you get fucking anxiety? Like, whoa, okay. I was like, I'm gonna talk to Diz, and then I'm gonna see if I can bring his number down. And that's how I started talking to Disaster. Once you start talking to Diz, it's like, then I started finding out shit. And I was like, okay, fucking, he hasn't gotten paid yet. There's just things that people are waiting for. So then that's when I told 60, like, look, like, we got to take care of this shit. So they knew they weren't being cut out at any point. Griffin was the one that hopped on the phone with the money guy, and then they wanted to put lip balm and all this stuff on. I was like, bro, like, why didn't you get bags from these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they were trying to be so crazy into it, though, those are big companies. Could have got bags out of them. But whatever, like, we'll get money out of them. They're like, nah, we're putting them for free. And I was like, all right, like, well, we'll talk to them about it, but this is like, it's not the time for that shit. Like, we just got a bag. Like, relax, So then they said no, they declined it, and then I tried calling them back on the phone to get them again, and then they just stopped answering my calls. So I was like, damn, like that. I was like, all right. So then
I see one of the listeners right now. They're asking, did Math and Diz know they were getting paid off the back end, or was there some other type of communication made?
There was other communication that was made. Well, from what I know, there was other communication made, and that's what I heard from them, is they were supposed to get paid at a certain date from both Matt. I spoke with both Matt and Diz. So I was just asking them if they would want to move to Bakersfield, and then that's when they said, well, shit, I haven't even got my payment. I was supposed to get paid, and they gave me a date. This was 19 days short. I'm like, or 19 days late. I'm like, damn. I was like, and that's when I went to 60 and was like, yo, these, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think you better. So they were supposed to get paid beforehand and after. They were supposed to get paid before, a week before, and then right after the event. So the whole waiting, like, that's where I was getting confused. So I don't know if it was 60 talking to the battlers, or if it was Griffin, and somehow they got misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? Because there was agreements that was made that was voided. So when those contracts are voided, even with Math and Diz, they told me, like, yo, he's still gonna try to get some. I was like, let him. I was like, if he gets it, I'll be so happy. He should get this bag and pay you guys. But if he doesn't, then I have a way. And I know you guys are not that you guys are depending on it, like, you guys are, going through some shit, but I'm pretty sure you guys want to get this out the way. And Diz is like, hell yeah, man, like, this shit's been, he wants to settle this shit. He don't like that shit, how it feels with him and how it is with New York and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fools want to get it over with. So I'm like, look, I'll take everybody. But he was like, nah, fuck that. You ain't taking nothing. So then that's when it turned into, fine, I'll just take Diz and Math, because you're definitely not going to be able to pay them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you can pay them by this day, I'll back off. But if not, and I gave you an opportunity to hop on the back end and you didn't want to, what am I supposed to do? Just let fools I know just walk into a bad business deal like that. Like, I know Diz, I know math. Like, I don't know Geechee like that, but if I knew something and I just let them walk into a shit show, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was a weird position that I was in. And by talking to them to see if they were interested in moving, that's where the conversations between me, Math, and Diz and all that shit started. And that's when I was like, all right, these fools are about to either blow the roof off of this whole event, or I'm gonna tell this who's 60, like, you need to get it. And then once he stopped talking to me, I was just hit, like, he was going crazy about me. I was like, bro, like, your event's December something. If it's still going down, you need to pay these fools. Because I don't even want to do this shit really. But I started wanting to do it because I saw how crazy it got. I wasn't trying to take his event, and that's another reason why I came on here, because that wasn't even the case. I was trying to help him. And then once folks find out you got a bag or you got something, then they're like, what's up? You know, I was having people hop in my inbox. So it's like, you know, but I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think, like, how do you guys feeling about this?
I mean, for me, I'm just kind of like processing everything that's being put out there because I listened to what Lush was saying. 65 was on here. I see 65 in here right now. He want to get on here, but I'm just kind of listening to what you're saying. I just kind of feel like, just for me personally, I'm gonna take from both sides and find the truth between what all sides are saying. Yeah, so I'm not picking one side or the other in this situation.
Yeah. Yeah. And it ain't nothing against 60 neither, man. Like that, he took it as like we were setting him up, we were plotting. Like, it wasn't like, what the fuck? I throw rap battle events. I don't do this shit, but just like, I know the homie knows somebody in the fighting game, and he does MMA. Like, so it's like, and it just all happened perfectly. And then it was like, you know, but it just seemed more about people just trying to get on and be that dude, you know. And that's why I even told him, like, bro, like, this ain't about pride or ego. This is about, let's go, you know, like, you got to make this happen any way possible, or else what are you doing it for? This is how you get a bag. This is what you do. Like, you can make them happy. Believe me, they want streams. You're about to put more than 1 billion eyes probably on their products, bro. Let's get it. Like, we bring everybody out here. They'll be in Bakersfield. I promise you that. And he was just not listening. I'm begging him, please take the bag, dude. Please, like, begging him. Come on, dude. Think of your family, whatever. I'm telling fools shit like that. Fool was like, no, I ain't getting 100, blah, 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 this and that. Send me the 60K. I mean, you don't get sent a 60K. You can put it in an escrow account, and then everyone has to sign off. Like, there's ways to do that. Ain't no one is going to send you 60K like that. You ain't Coca-Cola. I don't even think Coca-Cola will get them sent shit like that. Baby, I don't know. That's crazy. That's big boy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
quick question for you. Are you good with 65 getting on here to talk? Because I guess there's something he wants to clarify that you said on here or something like that.
I mean, he could hop on after. I mean, because I know if we hop on, we're just gonna start fighting.
Gotcha.
Unless if that's what you guys want, then fuck it, let's get it. But I'm not trying to do that, and I don't think it's gonna serve a purpose really. And I think he might try to. I don't know what he's.
I guess what he's saying is he's not gonna argue. To me personally, I'm not trying to see nobody get into it again. Yeah, I'm saying, but
because I don't know what's gonna be said on here. I ain't trying to incriminate nobody. I ain't trying to incriminate myself. It's like, if it's gonna be like that, we could. I mean, we can get it. But if not, like I just like, I don't know. I mean, so I'm trying to keep it calm. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is they're not fucking with him. So he ain't gonna try. He ain't gonna get back on. They've been paying attention. They've been seeing shit. You feel me? Like, this thing's everywhere. So like he's been just digging his grave deeper and deeper, just talking shit. So it's like.
Now, if it, I can say it like this: if it does get out of hand where it starts going left, I'll just mute him. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't get too outrageous up on here, because he's saying that there's something that he feels he's being lied on, and he just wants to clarify it on here.
I mean, shit, I've been lied on this whole time. You feel me? I'm just coming out here just trying to, he tries to come bamboozle my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, fuck it, man. I bring him on, man, but I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he starts trying to say some personal information or shit like that, or fucking trying to get me to say something about the event, or like trying to get me to say some shit, I'm just going to stay quiet.
Got you. Let me get
so this. Yeah, bring him on.
Real quick.
Dollars right there.
65, you on?
No, not right there. I mean, like right there.
Yo,
Yo.
What's going on?
can y'all hear me? What's up?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
How you doing today, first of all? Because we're going to start off on a positive note. I'm not going to argue with you.
Thank you. I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm very extremely blessed. Let me ask you a question. All right. So, your information
About
right, about them not knowing this, that, and the third, blah, 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 19 days late, right? Okay. All right. Okay, so that information I'm assuming you got from Diz. You lied when you said you know math. You don't know math. You have never worked with math, like as far as like personally working with it.
Personally, but
You
I have
are
worked with
right.
them.
That was your first lie. You already told me
But
that
I
you
got
don't know.
another thing.
All right,
That's
so here's the thing. Okay, so when I first hit you, because what we had planned, which is me, Math, and Diz, and I have all this in writing via text message, so it's directly from their phones. What we had planned was that they were going to get paid off the ticket sales, off the pay-per-view sales. We had set it up to where they can, get their money pulled. 3 tickets were sold. 3 pay-per-view tickets were sold within 19 days. Okay. So once those 3 tickets were sold, they were told like, yo, so tickets aren't selling the way I at least expected some of them to sell. They're like, yeah, bro, nah, we see that, da, right? So I'm like, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit somebody up who I feel can possibly get us the bag, which was you, right? So they're like, all right, cool. So just holler at me, let me know what's up. So I'm like, okay, cool. Right? So in doing so, I hit you. Was good. Yeah, bro, I think we can do this. Let's see the game plan. Oh, the game plan looks cool. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta. They're just getting too much. This, that, and the third. Okay, well, they were getting that much because of how we were doing it off the back end. If we go back to, how we originally planned to do it before we came up with that plan, then they will be getting significantly less.
Right.
Right? Okay. So then,
Yeah.
So I mean, y'all telling them like, oh yeah, he has some crazy ass numbers. Well, you knew why I had those numbers, and it was a legit reason why I had those numbers. So that was another lie.
But okay, but if we got, but we wouldn't have to wait for those ticket sales. That ticket sales would have just already been going back.
Right. Now this is why they're.
But that's if I had the
you're
bread,
saying
though.
exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. So if the bread was there, they would have gotten paid
so
out.
you're agreeing with what I'm saying. So you're agreeing that you lied on me, right?
No, because renegotiations have to happen at that point. So if you're telling Diz you're going to pay him a 6-figure amount, which is I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, bro, like, okay, well, we can chop. He was interested in chopping that number down because he was like, well, fuck it. If I'm gonna have to wait this long, this is how I'm gonna get. This is what it is. So
correct. Like, you're saying what I said. The reason why.
But it was the amount was what I'm saying.
The reason why the amount was so big was because of the agreement we had to get paid off the back end.
Well, I know
that was the reason why the amount even came close to that. But
yes,
we went back to what we originally said, which was significantly lower. Correct?
I don't know. I wasn't there for you.
You just said yes.
No, like, I told you what I was told. I wasn't there during your guys' conversations, bro. And you have no paperwork. Text messages are not paperwork, bro.
What do you mean? That's writing. That's in writing. If you go to court, the judge is
gonna say, okay, whatever, case dismissed. This is a fucking text message. There's no stipulations. There's no points. There's nothing. But okay, keep going.
So you okay? See, you're the one yelling, and
I'm just telling you what it is, bro. I'm not talking shit.
So you're becoming aggressive, and we're having a conversation.
Well, okay, I'll be quiet. You go ahead and say your story. Say your side of the story, and then you let me know.
I'm asking you questions because I'm clearing up the lies that you tried to lie on me about.
That's okay. All. Well, what is the lie that I'm lying about on you? What
text messages are proof, correct?
No, they're not. All right, whatever, dude. They're proof. Whatever. All right. You win that. What else are you talking about? What am I lying on?
Okay.
I mean, this is just weird, dude. I don't know what. Like, I was trying to talk to
Okay.
Nico, trying to tell him what time it
All
was,
right.
and
All right.
you're
So
talking about.
okay. All right, Nico, you want to mute me
Sorry,
because
dude.
you're
I just
aggressive.
don't have.
I'll wait till his interview time is over.
Yeah, do that.
It's a few more lies you put out there, but I'll let
Well,
you
talk
continue
about it.
your
Let's talk
story.
about it. We're on the phone right now, bro. Let's talk about it. I'm
Go,
right here.
no, it's fine. You're
I know
arguing.
you
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to
be
argue.
exposed, bro. Go ahead
You
and
were
talk on
worried
your
about
own.
me
Let me
arguing
talk.
and
Get
have
off the
a
line. Let me
civilized
talk to you,
conversation, but you're
and then you
upset
can
with
talk
me.
after, bro. Because you don't want to face the music, bro. That's cool. Go ahead.
What
Be
are you
quiet.
talking about? I was going through the whole storyline of you and
Then
breaking
go
down
on
your
about
lies.
me, bro. That I don't know. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep
Okay.
going, dude.
All right. So when I called you, right? So
Okay.
I'm not making him mad. Billy, chill. Yo, huh?
Let me just do like get back and ready to bring mine.
All right. Give me a moment. All right. So okay. So here's the thing, right? When I called you in for this, I say, yo, I broke it down to you. Yo, that's a good plan. It looks cool. Everything looks good. Let me talk to my people. The only concern we had was the numbers. And I say, yo, the numbers are not that because this.
And what was that?
If I sound like he don't know
So what was
what he
that?
talking about, what are you talking about, Wolfface? Explain to me.
Could you explain what you mean by this and that? Explain, make that a little bit more detailed. Because when you say like whoopty whoop and this and that, like those are really important things.
All right, so when I hit you up and I told you what we were doing,
right, what were you doing? Let's get into it. Let's talk about
with the boxing event. With the,
what was your setup? Let's explain to these people what your setup was. How did you have it set up? Tell them.
Trying to get you with the investment, yeah.
No, but what plan did you? What plan did you have me?
That's the only reason why I hit you up was to find an investor, because this is what you say you do.
Okay, right.
After coming to my live or on my post, like, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? I can help this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to help you, this, that, and the third, right? Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. So then once you hit me, it was all about investment. I mean, once I hit you, it was completely about investment.
Of course, yes.
Okay. All right. So when I hit you and it was about investors, I was like, yo, this was what we had planned. That plan isn't working out. And that plan was us getting paid, us us as everybody else, as far as Diz, everybody getting paid off the back end of this, right? So that's not working out. So what I would like to do is reach out to an investor for this amount. Look over the game plan. Tell me what you feel about it. Tell me if you feel this is a good game plan, and let's move forward. Yeah, Six, this is a good game plan. I like the shit. Let me talk to my people. I got the distribution, dude, through the prison system, this, that, and the third. The same line you give every fucking body that you work with.
That's gangster. That's what. Put your music in the pen. You can't do that. I do that.
No,
so okay.
No, I'm letting you. I'm saying this is the same.
That's how you get. If you knew that, you would have got a bag. So I don't know,
saying,
bro.
Okay. I'm saying this is the same person that you have involved in everybody shit.
I don't know why you're trying to
this is the same person that you've told. This is your go-to guy for every event, right?
No, it ain't. You don't even know what you're.
Okay, all right.
Everybody,
damn near every league owner or person that you fucked with have told me this. This is what's crazy, because I'm like, yo, why nobody told me this in the fucking beginning, right?
Because it's big boy shit, bro. You're not allowed in here, bro.
Bro, Billy just said Malathion told me that on God. That's a fact.
Yeah, bro. And guess what? Who put Mozzie shit in the pen? My guy. Who put all my?
But you're not okay. I'm not disputing that that's your guy.
You don't make moves like that, bro. So I don't know why you're saying weird shit. So continue with your story, bro. Continue with your story.
I'm not disputing that that's your guy. I'm saying that that's what you tell people.
Yeah, but that's how I get bags, bro. That's why I make moves.
All right, cool, right? All right.
You don't.
So I'm just clarifying. Okay, so all that is clarifying what I'm saying is legit. Okay, cool. So when it came from yeah, I'm gonna hit up my people in the pen, da 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 da. All right, cool. Yo, they fucking with it. They like the idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really fucking with it. So therefore, yo, we gonna get you on the phone, this, that, and the third, right? And I told you from the gate, yo, I don't want to fuck with the integrity of this event. Correct or not?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, all right. So when I said I don't want you to fuck with I don't want to fuck with the integrity of the event, and then they said,
You just lie for no reason. You're afraid to take the blame, dude.
What
Just
lie?
take it on.
I'm asking you if I'm lying, bro. What lie have I said? Everything I've asked you, am I lying? Everything I've asked you, you said yes. So where am I lying?
Yeah, you're saying about the homies from the pen, and this is go-to guy. Fool, you're just saying a bunch of nothing, dude. Tell them your plan. Tell them how you're gonna make money back. Let's get in the numbers. Stop saying all your little.
I'm going through the story of how you snake.
You're probably older than me, bro. You're a grown ass man.
The story of how you snake everything. I can go through the numbers of how you won't make the money that you're thinking you're going to make from it.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bro. You don't know nothing, bro. You don't even know how to put together a business plan. Right. So if I'm gonna listen to business advice,
but you said my business plan was good, which you took.
It wasn't good. You had a good idea. Your business plan was good. That's why they didn't want to give you the bag for your company. I got a $60,000 bag for your company, and then they started the company you had.
You're killing me right now. You're talking out of anger. I do not want to argue with you.
That's why I didn't want you to come on here. I wanted to say all
the truth to be told. I don't want you sitting on here lying to me.
Well, you're just a
like I heard you lying on me for 10 minutes.
6.
You just lie for no reason.
Tell the truth. That's all I'm asking is tell the truth.
You've been lying.
Tell any story you want as long as it's the truth, bro. And right now you're not telling the truth.
Did you after we had that talk for $60,000? Did you call and ask me for $20?
What does that have to do with anything? What does that?
I don't know. I'm talking weird shit like you. But did you do that? I'm talking weird shit like you. Did you do that?
Oh God. Yeah, I did actually.
Okay, and so that means you got no bags. So don't tell me about no business. Don't come on here getting.
I asked you for $20 for what I was trying to do as far as with.
What were you trying to do? What were you gonna do with $20?
None of that shit.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah. The website for free. It's called Wix. Wix.com. You can do that shit for free.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. But yeah. That's fine and all that.
But so don't tell me about business.
But that has nothing to do with the fact that you're sitting on here lying. That's fine.
I'm not lying, bro.
I'll take that. That's fine. But the fact that you're sitting on here lying.
You're lying to another.
You're sitting on here lying is disgusting.
That's one thing. You can lie to girls.
You're an opportunist.
You can lie to bitches all you want, bro.
You're an opportunist. Like facts. That's a fact, my nigga. Anybody with sense.
You don't know when a good opportunity is in your face, bro. You got a good opportunity in your face and you didn't take. That's weird.
Good opportunity. How is it a good opportunity?
A bag and your whole event covered, bro. But no, it's not going to be Boxing LLC.
Onto that, another thing that you lied on me about. Another thing that you lied on me about, right? All right, so I had a good opportunity, right?
You're in denial, dude. You got a lot of.
So I told them to send me the $60,000. I said that, right?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about now, dude. You got mental issues.
You said that earlier. You said that on the phone.
You need help, dude. You need fucking help.
You said that on the phone a minute ago. You said
you asked me for $20. Yeah, you did.
I told them to send me $60,000 when they're supposed to just.
You don't even have $20. Why are we going to send you $60,000? And first of all, you put it in an escrow account.
Right.
So
now you remember what I said, right? Now you remember what you said, right? You said that I said send me the $60,000. Now you remember, right?
No, I don't.
Come on, man.
No, I don't. Yeah, you asked me for $60,000, and I said it don't work like that.
Okay.
Google.
Okay. So you're saying that I told you send me the $60,000 when they offered to do just the math and disc fight. I said no, send me.
They never offered to do the math and disc fight because they thought that was the amount for the full card and everything. But you don't know how to fucking do math, and you didn't get the right answers, dude.
What are you talking about?
How when someone asks you how much is a fucking card count a cost, you don't just get it. What the fuck, dude? Do you not understand what I'm saying? For the money for the whole card, I know people with money. I can get a bag. What did you tell me? Oh, I need it for the deposits. But the fuck are you gonna do with the deposit? You don't even have the back end. What are you talking about? So that's why I got frustrated with you, because you were giving me false answers. You're giving me fake numbers, and I'm talking to people. Do you understand? Okay, if you have someone who's doing business and you go bring up a proposition to them and they say yes, and you come back with something different, it looks like you don't know what you're talking about. And a lot of business is based on.
But that's exactly what they did, though, right?
But the relationship that you were building in this situation wasn't good.
Because when they said they were with it, and then all of a sudden they come back like, yo, we only want to do this. We're not selling tickets. We're not doing this. We don't.
That never happened, dude. You weren't even on the phone for that,
and
bro.
What did you say? Yo, they was on with the bag 65.
No, I didn't. I never even talked to you about it because you were missing. You were fucking out of here. You were gone for a couple of days. Remember that? And guess who I put on the phone?
Right.
Griffin.
And I spoke with Griffin,
second.
and then I spoke with Lush afterwards, and then I spoke with you. I inboxed you.
Yeah, but you're talking on something that you did not. You were supposed to be in that interview, but in that meeting, but you weren't. So everything you're saying is second.
Okay,
you could bring
but
Griffin.
My business partner was there.
Yeah, you could bring him. He'll
So
tell you
someone
exactly
was
what I
there.
told you.
Someone was present, right? And then once it was talked about
Yeah,
between
because
us,
of me.
it was
Because of me. Because
never said that when I was available.
The reason why Griffin was on the phone. The reason why Griffin was on the phone because of me. I reached out to him. So if someone wanted to cut you out, I don't think someone who wanted to cut you out would go reach out to fucking Griffin. Fuck am I gonna go talk to Griffin about? I brought Griffin on the fucking phone. I said, "What do you know? This is what's going down." You never even told him
Once
what
I
was
told you, yo, like I'm not good with that agreement because we didn't agree to that at first, right? Once I told you that, it was not your job to go to Math and Diz like, yo, hey, yo, we can do it over here because that's exactly what Diz told me. You said,
yeah, I did say that.
Nigga, this dude tripping. Yo, we can do it over here. I can get y'all the bag. What's up? So you already had it in your mind to steal the fucking fight in the first fucking play.
Yeah, because I'm gonna continue to do fucking rap, fucking battle boxing, right? That was something I wanted.
It's not because that's not what y'all do.
Exactly.
You have that one fight, so you're not worried about it. It's a one-time bag.
No, it isn't.
It's a grabbing bag for you one time.
Well, no, not anymore. Now we're working with fucking fighters and shit. This shit might be something like you could have been a part of something tight, bro, but you just don't know how to close your mouth and just shut the fuck up and take something and get a bag, bro.
No, bro. Because that's not what it's about. That's not what it's about.
Fun of you and all these groups.
It is not battle rap boxing, and you're including MMA fighters.
You're gonna cry in the car. That's it, bro. That's it, dude. They make fun of you in all these events and all these little fucking things, dude. And I was like, damn, I feel bad.
That's not what it's about. That's not what it's about.
I got you the bag. Yes, I went and got you the bag.
I asked you one thing every day. I asked you one thing in looking for an investor. I said, keep the integrity of the event, please.
I'll put screenshots out.
Keep the integrity of the event, please. Adding MMA fighters to a battle rap boxing event, is that keeping the integrity?
You think just keeping talking is just not the truth? No one's gonna hear it. You're trying to talk over the truth.
I'm not talking over anything. I'm asking you a question.
Stop talking over me. Stop fucking shut up and let me answer. Stop fucking talking. All right, I got screenshots of everything. You gotta
talk to me like that, man. We having a conversation.
But you over here fucking telling me a snake, telling me you're gonna fuck me up, bro. I'm telling you what it is, bro. I don't
give a fuck. Upset.
I don't care, bro.
Now you upset. Come on, man. We're not supposed to be here to argue. I'm asking you questions. You don't know who I am, bro. You don't know what time it is. A solid answer yet.
All right, homie. Shit, you don't even know who the fuck I know, bro. So I mean, it's all good, dude.
No, they didn't offer me. They didn't offer me a percentage of nothing.
I did offer you a percent. You weren't there to take it. I gave it to Griffin. You fools are gonna get chipped out. But what did you say?
So now you sent the offer. You sent the offer to Griffin instead of me.
Because you were locked up, bro. You fucking didn't know how to stay in the house.
This was after. This was after.
Look, you should have got a Little Caesars pizza. You should have stayed inside the house and watched fucking Black Mirror. If you even got Netflix, you should have watched Black Mirror or go on YouTube and watch some fucking battles. Stayed in the house and waited for that fucking. Waited for that meat. Nah, I'm talking, bro. You asking a question.
You're lying. You're lying on me.
Yo.
This was
bro. This lying on me. The deal was still on the table after I got out of jail. And when I got out and I spoke with you, I told you, yo, this isn't anything of what we agreed upon.
Wow,
this isn't anything of what we talked about. Am I lying, bro?
You're the biggest liar ever, dude. Yeah, you're lying.
All right.
You're the biggest liar
ever. So I didn't tell you that. So how would you guess if you and Griffin was talking? How would you guess that I wouldn't accept the percentage that you were going to offer me? So you inboxed it to him. If I didn't tell you, yo, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. They're bringing the bag. I understand that, but the integrity of this event will not be compromised.
Once you don't get a bag yourself as your own company, then all that goes out the window. You had no money, you had nothing. So once all that's there, that goes out the window. If someone's willing to put the money in and say, I'm doing my company, you don't say, I want my company. So it's not going to be our company? No, it's not. You don't have a company. You have no money. You didn't have $20. So I'm saying, like, you should have took that shit, and then you would have had $20. You feel me? You would have had more than $20 if you would have took that, but you didn't.
All right. So, all right. So, yeah.
So
Besides
what
all the
else do you want to
jokes,
talk about? Let's
at the
go.
end of
I
the day,
respect that
bro,
shit
you're a
now.
whole
Let's
fucking
go.
liar, bro. You
Bro,
never offered me anything because you told me, yo, you're not even bringing in anything, bro. Like you don't have a business
I
plan.
never said that to you.
Let them do what they do, and then we can ride off of that. You
I
never
never said
offered
that.
me anything.
No, I never said that. I offered you a percentage. A
When?
percentage,
Where?
a number.
When
On
and
the
where?
phone, Griffin. If you guys were business
How
partners,
did
he
you
should have told
offer
you that.
me a percentage through
Because you weren't on
Griffin
the
and I was
phone.
out
You
of
were
jail and I spoke to you
incapacitated. You were out of
afterwards?
there. You didn't know what to stay home and eat a $5 Little Caesars pizza, so you were
Come
in
on, man.
jail.
Look, man, you looking
That's
for
why,
laughs,
bro. So
bro.
I had to tell Griffin.
You looking
You
for
know what I
laughs at
should have
the end
did?
of
You
the
know what
day,
I should
bro.
have did? You know what I should have
You're
did?
not
You know what
trying
I
to
should have
tell
did?
the truth, bro.
No, you know what I should have did? I should have not hit up Griffin. I should have just cut you out, right? That's what someone who's a snake would have did, bro. And I
No, that's
didn't.
what you were doing from the beginning.
I would have just took it, bro. You don't think I can get a bango, hit them fools up, and be like, hey, did you guys get paid? No, I'll roll over here. But no, I was
He
talking to
making
your
six sound dumb. How am I sounding dumb, Billy?
You're
Let me
dumb
know
as
where I
shit,
sound
bro.
dumb at.
You're dumb as shit.
Okay.
And
All
I'm not
right.
even saying
That's
disrespectfully.
that's your
I'm saying
last
that as like,
last
dude,
respectful disrespect to me. The last one, bro.
I don't care,
Don't
bro.
talk to
You
me
already
like that.
disrespected me,
Don't
homie.
talk to me like that, bro.
What'd you tell me? You're gonna
Don't
fuck me
talk to
up,
me
bro.
like that. Yeah, I'm gonna
I don't
slap
care,
the
bro.
dog
I
shit
don't give
out
a
you,
shit.
and
I
you
don't
just
go fuck you,
confirmed it.
homie. You ain't coming out here, bro. And you come out here, that's
All
it.
right,
That's it for you, bro.
all right, bro. You too
Pull up.
little to talk to me like that, bro.
I don't give a
Don't talk
fuck,
to me
homie.
like
I got
that.
homie bigger than you.
Grow
Homie,
up.
what's
Grow
I
up
don't give a
before you
shit.
talk to me like that, bro.
Well, you're a
You don't
weirdo. You're
struggle.
marked out, homie. You're marked out, bro.
All right.
You got no money. You got no back,
Hold
bro.
on.
Fuck out of here.
Hold on.
Weird ass.
Hold on. Letting that shit go when it was peaceful. Gotta mute that though, man. Don't want that shit going to that direction. You already know how it's going on this time. I already said I'll let y'all go as long as that shit is not going left. That shit start going left, we gotta mute. So I'm gonna get Malathion back on here. You know what I'm saying? 6, I'm gonna get you on here after the shit. Alright? Don't do it like that. Very clear on what I said prior to that. You call it what you want about being lame. I was very clear. This shit goes left, I'm going to mute that. Period. I was very clear on that. Both agreed, and then it goes left. So let me go ahead and get Malathion back on here.
Yeah.
You on, sir?
Yo.
So hold on 1 second. So yeah, my apologies. If I don't know if you had with the what you were talking about earlier, if you wanted to break down anything else with that, or if you got it all out or anything like that. I just want to make sure that y'all go ahead and get y'all rounds off, you know what I'm saying, peacefully, so we not getting all the extracurriculars up on here.
All right.
So yeah, now if you
Is it live? We still live? We still live right now?
Yeah, no, we still live right now. You can go ahead and you know what I'm saying, cook.
Oh, fucking blaze it. Man, that was not a good look, man.
Alright, I'm over here trying to message on my phone right now. Dog. 6. I don't know why y'all keep getting at me like this, dog. I was very clear. I don't know if it wasn't clear to y'all, but I said it, and I heard agreements on both sides. So I went with it. If the shit starts going left, we gonna mute it, and then we gonna go one at a time. It's very clear on that.
That's kind of why I wanted it that way, because I knew it was just going to be arguing. You know what I'm saying? And then he starts getting into the whole like just dragging it through a story, and it's just like being kind of he was being a little, you know what I'm saying, a little, I don't know, just throwing little weird jabs in his little stories, and I was just like, all right, let's get to the facts. Like, let's talk about this shit. Like, what was your plan? And this is the reason why they wanted to change it. He never wants to talk about that shit, and then he just starts talking over me, and I'm just like pretty much like I feel disrespected because I feel like I was trying to help him, and then when it don't go his way, he's over here throwing a tantrum and fucking hops in my shit, telling me like trying to scare me and shit. But it's like I you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where all that came from. Like, he took it. He's already taken it there and shit. So I didn't mean to blow up like that. I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't going to. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just feel like he just won't take responsibility for it. Won't just say like, you're right. The shit was fucked up. I should have listened. I should have took that shit. Is this live or am I just talking to you?
No. You good.
Is it live?
Yeah, no, it's live right now.
All right. Yeah. So that's that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want any problems with him. This fool was telling me he was gonna, you know what I'm saying, crazy shit to me. Took it as like, whatever, dude. But, you know, I keep hearing shit telling me he's gonna smack me when he sees me on your show. I think I even heard it. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you want to talk to me and what are you trying to work out? Like, talk about what I lied about. And if I lied, I'm gonna say I'm sorry, or be like, yeah, I did lie. I probably did have the facts wrong. I'm not like him and just being like trying to fight the lie to the end. Like, he don't even remember the lies he was saying and shit. So I don't know, man. Like, so pretty much before he hopped on, where it went crazy at was that they didn't know that they were gonna get paid off the back end. They were supposed to get paid you know, certain days. I think 3 different payments, and they didn't get it. Other people on the card didn't get paid, obviously, and then Piper Boy dropped that blog. So once that came out, I didn't see that until after I went on Lush's live, and then Lush just hit me up and was like, yo, they called me a snake. I'm about to go live. I'm gonna bring you in on that shit. I said, all right. But I was missing. I went to the homies little fucking kickback and shit, and then that's when 65 was on there saying what he said, and then I hopped on there without even hearing what he said and did that. So I just kind of was putting the facts out and just like, really, I was just trying to look out for him. I was still trying to get him a bag, but he wants to fight it and make it seem like I was trying to cut him out, saying you were trying to cut me out. I never tried to cut him out. Like, that's why I feel disrespected. Like, dude, I fucking was trying to save your ass, and this is how you do me? Like, all right, fool, like, it's the last, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, that's the biggest bag he's probably ever gonna get close to touching right there. Pause. You feel me? So, shit. I don't know. That shit kind of killed my mood off a little bit. So, I mean, whatever you want to know, whatever the fans are asking, I can't see shit. I have my phone closed, and I'm just pacing around and shit.
Yeah, nah, if any of y'all have any questions right now, go ahead and drop them right now, man. Yeah, I'm saying, go ahead and drop that. I mean, the only thing I would ask is just at this time, like, what would be happening next? Like, what's next for boxing event? What's next for the arrangements that were discussed? Like, is anything moving forward with any of the matchups, anything like that?
Yeah, everything's moving forward, and you know, right now we're like kind of we're getting everything ready for the renegotiations and shit like that. So there have some people, you know, they're working on it. We're working on it, and I'm just getting a hold of people, you know, just this certain, you know, just kind of seeing how we're gonna rebuild this card, because it's like you got you know, the Piper. I mean, I guess Piper Boy wasn't going down. Like, I'm not even too sure of who all is on the card, because I'm just seeing a bunch of people saying they're on the card. Like, I heard him say something about some dude a Mill, you know, other people, like I think Active was supposed to fight on the card too, and so there's still a lot of shit where it's like, damn, like, how am I gonna go renegotiate with all these people? And if they know there's a bag involved, of course they're gonna want something, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just gets kind of weird and shit. So it's like, depending, like, we're gonna put together the renegotiation and just see where it goes from there. But as far as Disaster and Math, they want to get it because they have that, you know, that background about it. Like, they want to settle some shit, and everybody else is just trying to catch the fade and shit. So yeah, like, pretty much we're just trying to see what we can get done with what we have here, because it was kind of, you know, it was kind of messy a little bit with the numbers, you know, because well, not that it was fucking everybody's numbers were crazy. It was just, you know, the certain bigger heads numbers were kind of a little difficult, and they don't want to. It's just negotiating with battle rappers. That shit, especially with fucking mass disasters and fucking fools like that. Like that shit's like, how it is. So yeah, everything's moving forward right now. It's just a matter of what the card's gonna be like, and if it's gonna be boxing, MMA, regulations, all that shit. So like we're trying to make it crack. So, but I just, like at the end of the day, I want to apologize to everyone listening or whatever. Even the fucking 65's fucking weird self, man. Like that shit went crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I got kids out here, you feel me? So it's like shit. I ain't trying to be, you know what I'm saying? So shit. Motherfuckers out here talking crazy and shit.
I see somebody's asking, why didn't you offer 65 his percentage directly and instead offered it to Griffin? Like he's asking why didn't you just offer it to 65 instead of Griffin?
Well, because when we got on the phone because they had never spoke with the money investor, that I was middlemaning the conversation, just because just for safety purposes. I don't know, this for just so they don't, I don't want him blowing at each other. Like that's just kind of sometimes how you do it. So I was middlemaning it. And then I was bringing, I would write notes and bring information back and forth to each other. So then by the time the phone conversation was meant to happen with 65 and to break down numbers and to see what his percentage and everything was, that's when he was missed. But I had already canceled the day he was supposed to jump on the phone and couldn't do it. So I canceled that one. Then he said, fine, we'll do it tomorrow. And then that's when I got that message and was saying, hey, this fool is locked up or whatever. So then I hit up Griffin, because then I wasn't, what am I supposed to do? Fucking tell him oh, I'm going to just take the event, or fucking, well, I couldn't do anything. I would have been just sitting there oh, hold on, investors. We're sitting here damn, we're sitting here to try to get his fools a check and they're not even getting on the phone. I guess I'm professional. So instead of it going down again, I just went and hit up Griffin, brought him on, just so that phone call didn't get missed and that bag didn't get missed. So Griffin heard it because 65 wasn't there. So I wanted 65. So 65 was supposed to be the fool on the phone. But then I felt very, I couldn't depend on him. I couldn't rely. He didn't even call me that day. That day that we hopped on the phone with Griffin, he didn't even call me that day. And he had gotten out, but he didn't call me. So I was like, dang, this fool didn't even hit me up. Luckily, I got Griffin on the phone, and he answered. He could have just not answered, been asleep. I don't fucking know him. So he got on the phone, and then he was offered it. Because I told him that he was one of the partners of the company, the guy that handles the business side. So,
Were was the person that was invested in the event, were they interested in the other fights that were booked, or was it only about Math and Diz? Was it they only wanted the one, or were they actually gonna just push the entire matchup card, the whole card?
It was gonna be the entire event. But the one thing's I know he wanted Sue Surf to host and all. I was already nah, we ain't doing that shit. We don't need to, So that was one thing where I was like, okay, dude, that's not how you spend a budget, because now you're just spending instead of getting porter potties, you go get a fucking royal fucking restroom. Why'd you do that shit? You feel me? You didn't need to do all that. So it was yeah, we were gonna take the whole card, and then because I thought the whole. That's why I asked him how much is this whole shit, because no one's just gonna. No, these fools don't want to be a sponsor. They're trying to they like the event and they want to They want to, be, if he had everything set up with his own venue and all that, they would have put the bread up and they would have did it at his venue. They would have done everything his way, because they were dang, this shit's legit. To get all these guys on there, you got to know business. So they just assumed that he knew what he was talking about. So then when I got the numbers and I brought it, they're like, that's all it cost, $60K. I was like, yeah, that's what he told me. So when I went back to them and I came back and I found out that with Lush, and then that's when I found out the deposit, that was only not even half the deposits. That was just a number that I don't know how he got that number. I just thought he knew his math, and I took him seriously enough not to question him. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go run with that number. I didn't even say, are you sure? Or what's disasters done? I didn't do none of that. I was like, okay. You obviously know what you're talking about. You're throwing a big caliber event right now. So there's no way you would be missing any numbers. You should be not sleeping right now. I'll be right back. And then when I came back, it was oh, he doesn't know what the fucking numbers are. Fuck. I just got them to say yes. Now I have to go back and say, well, that number, it's going to be this much. And they're going to be like, what? All right, let me go. What's their name? I'm going to go Google it. And that's exactly what they did. They were like, what? So they're selling tickets already? I just saw tickets, dude. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, yeah, they are. And then that's when I had to go find out, like, hey, who's invested money? Who sponsored it? Who have you paid out? Like, what's going on here? How much liquid cash do you have right now? Like, how much can you put? Like, what's going on? Well, I don't have anything. Well, I thought you had 20K. Well, yeah, but that's sponsors. We got to bring them in. Like, they're not going to. I'm like, oh, fucking shit. Damn it, man. You could have been honest with me. You should have said, Malathion, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Please help me. Give me a bag. I would have been cool. Let me hook you up. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't see me standing in front of Cali and Disaster. I fucking booked that shit. You feel me? Like, I wasn't there like, let me bring the here. The fuck? So we get it. I even told 65, like, you can host, you can be all that shit. We don't even need Sue Serve. You just stand in the front, you do that shit. So I was being like that with that for like fucking trying to really put them on. Like,